$8, $8. What's popping, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all living? Just feeding the planitos real quick. $8, $8. What the fuck going on, y'all? Random. I hope everybody doing good. Yeah, I gotta get back on my push-up game, man. What up, folk? Yee, yee, Dynamite. Hope everybody doing good. Happy 2026. The fuck going on, everybody? We outside, we inside, we everywhere. Hope everybody doing good today. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day today. What up, folk? Talk to me, talk to me. I'm gonna let y'all come in. Look at that beautiful view. All you see is blue skies, baby. Damn, haters all around. I got the glasses. We can't hear nothing but me. Yeah, what up, everybody? We focused, baby. Had to do some trading. Wanted to get it out the way. I got my hair looking real Boricua now, nigga. Now I look like a Puerto Rican, huh? But what up, folk? Hope everybody good. We maintaining. We having a beautiful day. We outside. Motherfuckers is slaving. I'm chilling. Let's get that money up, baby. What's going on, Cool Breeze? Jersey Fire. You know who this be? That's the Ja Moranito, you heard? That's the Ja Moranito, man. Yo, it's funny because before he was doing the bomb, the gun shit, all that craziness, he was projected to be a very, very, very great athlete. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward now, he's 26 years old, a couple of injuries. No teams wanted to accept the trade for the Grizzlies. He just wanted to get out of his, but nobody wanted him, man. It would have been fire if instead of Kobe White, yo, motherfucking Hornets caught Ja Morant. Shout out Ja, man. Yo, that's wild funny you say that, cool, because that's the number one reason I dig him is because of the Iverson effect. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Iverson with the moves as much as it is his attitude, right? What up, Crew 82? What up, Pa? How you doing, man? Looking real Boricua niggas, you heard? Yo, the hair coming through. I just gotta, realign the alignment real quick. You heard? Oh, look at that. I got the catacombs. Yeah, his swag, exactly cool. It was like his game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. We nailed it. You know what I'm saying? But what up, everybody? How you doing? Cool. I hope the family good. I hope you good. You know what I'm saying? It's still cold out there, nasty, right? Crew, I know you a girl, man. Trust me. And that's the wonderful thing about me is I think I probably said what up, my nigga, right? But I always uh at 44 I know how to talk to ladies, you know what I mean? But thank you, crew, for your time, your journey over here, and I appreciate your support. But shout out to the ladies, the girls, the boys, the men, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. But now I know, right? But shout out to you, crew. It's a cruel world, ain't it sometimes? But yeah, man, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. Like I said, thank you, I appreciate you. I'm definitely staying away from politics and religion right now. I get a lot of those, obviously, if you've been rocking with the kid. But there's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent beefing with the world again. Cruel, cool breeze. Thanks for the thumbs up. You know what I want to talk about right now, right? Random. Well, yo, what's popping with Houston, y'all? What happened? Yo, look. Let me be honest, man. Spring break for a lot of us was your ass went to motherfucking Cancun. If you was on the East Coast, a lot of yo peep this. We used to do graduation from junior high too. So in junior high, before you hit high school, a lot of us went to like a ranch where you could ride horses, pause, and we slept at the hotel and shit like that. You know what I mean? You had to get a consignment form. You know how that went. You know what I'm saying? But when it was high school to college, a lot of folk went to Cancun, man. How to Rob an Industry Part Two, Liddy. 50 Cent trying to stay relevant, and you know what it is? Um, I I I love the double-sided sword of that, right? Because relevance means he needs the paper, right? He got that Jersey mansion that used to be Tyson's. He got a lot of stuff that needs to be payment, right? That that he needs to pay, let's just say, right? So relevance is cool to the point where he's staying in the public eye, and sometimes, what's that saying? Like you could be a good guy, but be in the public eye so long you end up becoming the bad guy eventually. You know what I mean? So that's the double-edged sword I'm talking about. Crew is like you could be in the game or in the limelight so long that now, just like R. Kelly, Diddy, everybody loved them at a point, but then when things come crashing down, they come crashing down. Black T, what up, Black? Yo, what up, Black T? How you doing, pal? I hope everything good in the fan base. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, yo, 50 bugging. Everybody. Like I said, random. Everybody went to Houston, Texas for spring break, and then they didn't even do their due diligence because I heard Texas don't got like at least Miami got a strip. At least New York City got like you could walk around and mingle. Yo, I heard they were charging $200 to $600 to enter the club. Not even I'm like, damn, man. I used to bug out when they said $20 at the door. I was like, be out of here, man. That's why I like bars, because them shits is free 99. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if you're not on some thirsty looking for a female type shit, you just want to have a good time. A bar and lounge is the best way to go sometimes. You know what I mean? What's going on, Nene? How you doing, man? What up, Black? I'm chilling, Black. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Cool. 50 was the villain we saluted. You know what I mean? And if you know, meaning like he fought with Supreme Team, which was a bunch of drug dealers at the time, who was very, a lot of old, regimes don't like new folk. You know what I'm saying? So instead of mixing business, they started bumping heads, and that's like I, that's a tragedy when it came to East Coast rappers in the 90s. Was instead of collaborating like Atlanta was doing in the early 2000s, they were just quick to bump heads. Think about all the beefs: Beanie, Jada, Nas, Jay, 50, Fat Joe, 50 Jada, 50 Mace, 50, no, I mean, actually he signed Mace, 50 Cameron, I meant. But yo, there was what I'm saying? I just imagine. That's why when that song New York came out with Ja, Fat Joe, Jada, all them, it was a good look. You know what I'm saying? Because we have good pens on our team. And think about the losses, DMX. I wish there was a time where Big Pun. A lot of these artists got to formulate and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But what up, Nene? Yo, Black, wrong city. That's a fact. Like I said, yo, back in the days, remember in high school, you had somebody doing the diligence, meaning like getting the flights in order, getting the buses, whatever you were doing, that you had a couple of people doing it, and all you did was hand the cash over gracefully, respectfully, meaning like you hope that they used it for that. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they charged the extra 50. It is what it is, right? But you know, you got to go somewhere. The room was there, and you had a great time. You know what I mean? And I swear the sexual, like, motherfuckers is sex addicts, B. Yo, I miss Big Pun. Oh, eating lunch. What up, Nene? I forgot. You know what I mean? About that time. Big L. Yo, cool. Big L. Yo, his pen at the see, people don't understand why a lot of Harlem motherfuckers say Big L is because at the time his pen was just, and he was so different. Yo, you know what makes a great MC? The ear, the beat picking, Rakim, uh, my boy, who was my man's, damn, G something. There was a lot of good guys, man. Not G Dep, but he was like an old school guy. He was like Rakim. Like I love Rakim, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Rakim's son doing big things. But random, man, a lot of folk went to Houston thinking this shit was Miami. You know what I mean? They basically went to, let's say, like, instead of going to like Tennessee, Nashville, they went to like a town. You know what I mean? Like they didn't hit the strip. So yo, and yo, cool. Rest in peace, Big L, man. Everybody, moment of silence. The way they did him. And Big L, you would be missed, man. Yeah, had a little nastiness outside, but look at that view, y'all. Gorgeous. Yo, Black. That's why you say that because motherfuckers don't respect pens no more, right? And if you do, you understand the lyricism that Wu Tang delivered. That's why lately I've been putting a lot of Wu Tang songs because the Purple Tape at the time was a crowd mover, a game changer, a cultural shift in music, man. Ray was always talking about that cocaine talk, but he wasn't like Rick Ross, right? Like Rick would be like, "Yo, huh, I just got the cocaine in it." Yo, he was like, "Yo, we got." Ray was like, spaghetti noodle with the pot when the not like whatever. Like Ray and Ghost were just beautiful, man. Ray and Ghost were a great duo, man. Word the mother, man. Them guys is like New York ruled the '80s. Yep. And people don't know how to handle that sometimes, but it is what it is, man. We had five boroughs of pain, um, poverty. You know what I mean? I'm from East New York, born and raised, man. It wasn't good times, man. Crack vials on the floor. It was good times because, like I said, the elders respected the kids, meaning like there was no PO shit going on as much. I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? As much, right? But a lot of it came from priests. Let me not even go crazy because you know what I'm saying? But in my day, man, music was really fundamentally what get you through a day, man. And random, I see a lot of people trying to say bring back R&B, real R&B. Yes, they need to bring back R&B. You know what I'm saying? Because there was many levels in my life where, you know, I was so hardcore into rap, right? That I went in my man's people's women, girls at the time would be, yo, Mary J, um, Tony Braxton, even TLC, listen to them. And I never, and then when I did, in late '90s, I was like, wow, I almost missed out on R&B, man. R. Kelly, Carlton Thomas, um, you know, we had a plethora, but Method Man was that guy. Ray and Ghost for me, that's a factory. Shout out to the Purple Tape, New York Root, yup. The ATL was pretty new to the shit compared to our era, and they big with the snitching game. God, holy moly, you know what I'm saying? They love dresses and switches. I don't get that one. I appreciate you, Christy. What up, Christy? I'm sorry, I don't know how that worked, but what up, Chris? 50 Cent or Jay-Z. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna go 50 because Devin, when I was listening to Hove, man, yes, he was spitting a lot of, Hove is God, right? Like for real. But my thing was I couldn't relate with Hove. He was getting too much into how can I say, like, you know, fashion, and remember he was on the ties and all that craziness. I couldn't really, relate. So I go 50 on that one, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. Oh, you talking to name, but yeah, I'm doing good by the way. T.I. or Jay-Z? I'm gonna go Hove with that one because T.I. respectfully, gregarious, illutorious, laborious. Let me stop. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go Hove with that one. Gotta respectfully disagree. New York ruled hip hop from the '80s up until '94, '95 ish. Then the West took it. Early 2000s, the South took it. Yeah, Black Tea. There was, yeah, it is back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But I want to admit that the East was, we were really hitting them because I'm gonna be honest, man. Wu Tang, they dropped that double joint. You had Big Pun, 97, 90, actually 98, 99. But see, we forget about Pun. He died in 2000, remember? So we still had Pun, we still had Wu Tang, we still had Hove, we had Nas, Jada Kiss, LOX, like Mob Deep. Let's not forget about the mob, man. Um, and then we had, Slick Rick still. But yeah, I give it to the Outcast. I was a very big Outcast, Atlians, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then from the West Coast, I got onto. I want to say the game was really my efforts. And don't get it twisted. Dr. Dre producing, his skills was, goat level. But Fab Banks, J Hood, Ace, yeah, Jersey. Yo, let's not even talk about. Remember my son, what's my man? DJ Clue had his little joint. The Desert Squad motherfuckers was Joe Buttons, Ransom. I think Fab was in and out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because of his broski. I forgot his bro's name. I think it's not Ransom. His bro, whatever. But who else was on there? There was a couple of fly rappers, man. We had some good bars, man. Paid in full, Belly. I'm gonna go Belly, man. Belly was yo the first scene of Belly. That oh, and then with the light, and then they come, boo, boo, boo. It was just and then yo, Black. Since you like Method Man, remember my son eating the banana pausito? Remember, yo, where you from? Nebraska. Like my son. Then he came with the dual eagles. Ha, ha, after they try to, you know, get him all, my man, Method Man was amazing in that movie. If you haven't seen it, go check out Belly, man. Random, for real, for real. Thank you, Nene. I appreciate you. Paul Kane, cool breeze. Good looking, Papo. I appreciate you, Pop. Yeah, can't forget about Mob Deep, man. Prodigy, rest in peace. I don't know what the story is, but we lost a great one. I'm not saying rather have, but stand, man. Let me stop. But yeah, man. We lost a lot of Freaky Ty. A lot of people forget about what's my people's, man? Lost Boys, right? I made the shorty named Renee one day. On my way back to John Jay. Stack bundles, Dipset at the time. Dipset from like 2000 to '08, man, '07. Them niggas was ringing bells, man. And that's the thing, Gangstar. What up, Cameron? Thank you for that one. Gangstar, man. Rest in peace, man. Let's never forget. Oh, MOP, you know what I'm saying? Cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. Cold. Yo, that beat was nasty. That Cold as Ice. Type in Cold as Ice MOP. You gonna thank me later. You gonna thank me later. You gonna Uncle Zay. You gonna thank Uncle Zay later, man. It was my man Darius, man. Talk to me, Black. To be honest, if we never lost, had a decent beat selection, the East would have never lost their aura. Black tenfold, man. N- Not gonna even disagree that that's factory, man. And we know East Coast folk. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that the latter years of the '90s, they were handing the torch off somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And we knew that. But I wish, like I say, we wasn't so caught up in that thug shit, cause we could have. Cause remember back in the days, bro. Listen to this. Wu Tang, Method Man was like one of the first artists that would like mingle. I guess it was a Def Jam thing, but he would Scarface. He was with. He did a joint with Biggie. You know what I'm saying? So Method Man was doing his little due diligence in the game, man. Shout out to Method Man, man. He still look. Yo, random, real spill Holyfield, man. Hold on. Hi, Auntie. What up, Christy? You hit Darius in the building. How you doing? Nah, you good, bye. You always on time, man. I gotta go Fab over Jada. Yeah, I go Jada. I like Jada. You know what I mean? For Fab street bars is nasty, man. And you know why a lot of folk go Fab? Because Fab let you know his pen in the street shit, but then he also let you know that he can make hits. I think hits is a big thing, man. Knowing how to make hits, or remember he was grooving with the R&B for a while, man. Catching that Baggington. Fab got more. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's a fact, Nene. That's a fact, Nene. But yeah, man. What was I about to say, man? Damn. Oh, random. So I'm in Staten Island Mall, man. Chilling, and I see somebody's back with a kid. You know what I'm saying? Word the mother. I knew. You know when you. That's math, bro. I'm like, I came around so he could see me. I wasn't gonna sneak behind him. I came around. I said, "Yo, Method Man, I know you with the seed, man. I just want to say what's up to you. And yo, I love your music. Yo, Wu Tang forever. And yo, word them up." He got up, s- Method Man tall. I'm a little 5'10" Spanish nigga. You heard? My man was show me love. Yo. Yo, little man, you know that the little man joint. I think my little man was with me too, so it was like real love, man. But he's a great man, man. Shout out to Method Man. I met a lot of people, man. That's another thing about being outside instead of inside, man. I met Raekwon at a shopping thing, a center. Jay-Z coming out of Macy's, motherfucking Jadakiss, and who's the guy at the time? He was a Wu-Tang dude, but they were doing a show at Limelight. It's a joint in New York City. Yeah, man. But there was a stabbing, so they canceled the joint. Dave Chappelle or Cat Will. I'm gonna go Dave, man. And that's a hard one, but I'm gonna just go Dave because Dave, I like I like how it's harder to stay like when you're a celebrity, like Dave maneuvered and he stayed with the like nothing to Cat, you know what I'm saying? I love Cat how he moves, but Dave was with his girl forever. Yo, it's a beautiful story, man. And he from that old cloth, you know what I mean? He's a great man, Dave Chappelle. Sopranos or The Wire. I'm gonna go The Wire, man. And it's funny because I grew up in Carroll Gardens, very predominantly Italian. Another random story. Um, Court Street between DeGraw and Sackett, I shook hands with John Gotti. He came out of a limo. I ran up. I said, John Gotti. Shook his hand, and he went into like a funeral home. But shout out to John Gotti, man. RFP, man, to the mafia. But I'm gonna go Wire on that one. Sopranos was fire though. Denzel every day, all day. Will Smith, I'm sorry. As soon as I seen that movie where you kissed that dude, I was out of here. The Wire classic, yo. In fact, I might even go. Yo, Wire is one of them joints you could rewatch and it still hits. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw a hard matchup out there. Y'all going easy on Zay with these hip hop questions. Aaliyah or Rihanna. I'm gonna go Aaliyah, even though Rihanna has one of my favorite songs with Drake. You know what I mean? What was it? It's called "Come Something." But yeah. I'm gonna go Aaliyah, man. Rest in peace. Drax and NYC, man. Trying to sell some jewelry for the kid. Mario. Let me talk. Let me. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate you, Devin. Addiction. How you doing, Addiction? You know what I mean? Sorry, everybody. New York City in the crib. What up? Brooklyn, New York, Staten Island, Queens. You know what I'm saying? But Styles P got bars. That's a factory. Dirty was great. That's a fact. ODB, RIP. Yeah, man. I'm just doing my due diligence. Mario Swiss Beats or Timberland. I'm gonna go Swiss every day just because I look like him from the side. You heard? Swizzy. I appreciate you, Christy. Luda versus Twista. That's a hard one because Luda got hits. That's the only reason I might say Luda. But Twista, wordplay, speed, he got his shit from Bone Thugs a little bit, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man. And I'm gonna go Jeezy, man. I got not that I had son against Ti, but there was certain like Jeezy had a lot of anthems, man. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you. Thank you, Christy. Yep, respect. You know what I mean? I'm giving y'all respect, and of course, y'all know the drill. You know what I'm saying? We human. You know what I mean? Why not respect each other? I ain't do nothing to you, but shout out to everybody right now. You know what I mean? Darius, Black T. You know what I mean? Cool Breeze, Christy, Nene, Devin. We in the building, everybody, and we having a great discussion too. I like this. Big pun or big L. I'm gonna go pun just because of the board equal. You know, ooh, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Dolomite. Ah, dun, 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 dun. The words, but yeah. I'm gonna go Missy, man. I'm gonna go Missy, man. Little Kim, yo, don't get it twisted. One of the first female like to converge, and don't get it twisted. We had Queen Latifah. We had a lot of MCs, light, but yeah, Boricua, baby. Kyrie Irving or Penny. I'm gonna go Kyrie, man. Even though, yo, Devin, I had the Hat Penny. Hat Penny was this doll. It was a mini Anthony Hardaway. He had the white with the stripes. Number one, great jersey. By the way, I had his jersey number one. It was a black with the blue stripe. Ooh, one of the dopest jerseys ever made was the Orlando Magic Anthony Hardaway or Shaquille O'Neal jersey. Remember the Foxy Brown, Little Kim? That's a factory. Foxy Brown, Los Saharan, Random. Another one. I was in Key Food. Go figure. Key Food, yeah. Or a supermarket, right? It was on 7th Avenue, a nice neighborhood in Brooklyn. Guess who's in there? Shout out to Foxy Brown. I bumped into Little C's. I used to see a lot of battle rappers because I used to go promote them. Not promote, but I used to go support them. You know what I mean? In the beginning stages. So shout out to Math Hoffa, even Rum Nitty, Loaded Lux. I got a pictures on my Instagram with Murder Mook, Reggie Miller, or Steph. Steph, you know what I mean? But Reggie, the only reason is because he did that shit in the garden. You heard? Reggie. Remember, he scored like 9 points in 2 seconds. He hit two threes and then he went, stole it, and went. Yo, Reggie used to be that guy. You heard? But Curry, man, Curry's whole joint. Once again, I'm gonna go. Damn, I like Fab, but Jada, man. I'm gonna go Fab, man. I'm gonna go Fab. Fat Joe, Jada. I know you got your podcast. Don't kill me, man. I used to always go Jada, man. But I'm starting to listen to Fab again, and that double Fab got a joint, the summertime joint. Yo, first of all, Fab got the soul tapes, but the one before it, it was like he has like a briefcase made out of that cover. It was a beautiful cover, by the way. But yeah, man, Fab, y'all put no thought in these questions. Black similar to Swiss. I already said Swizzy, but yeah, man. T Mac or Vince, I got you, Devin. I'm gonna go Vince, man. Vince Carter was a different man, man. And another thing is, they say I really believe in is how you take care of yourself because Vince was dunking all his knees should have been shot, but he was still he competed into his late 40s or early 40s, remember? Like, and he was still dunking on motherfuckers at 42 or something like that. But shout out to Vince Carter, man, one of the illest dunk contests. Remember when he put the whole elbow in y'all? Yo, Vince, he dunked it and then went like this. Everybody was like, ah, that's when, yo, shout out to Vince Carter, man. And I'm gonna go 50 again, Asper. What up, Asper? Thanks for rocking with the kid. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the love, man. Holy's heart, you heard? Yeah, Beyonce or Whitney. I'm gonna go Whitney, man. I'm every woman. It's only me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, 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 sorry, bees, get out of here, man. Talking about Whitney, dog. Idris Elba or Michael B. I'm gonna go Elba on that one, man. No, actually, I'll go B. I go Michael B. I'm gonna give him. He's a good looking dude. Pause and yeah, I'm gonna go B, man. Even though Eldris Elba, man, and what was the joint? Prometheus. He was in Prometheus, man. Shout out Prometheus, man. Yeah, man. I got you, Black. 50, of course. Yeah, Nene. Zay, you was in New York City. Yeah, I lived in Fab over Jada. That's a factory. Jada just getting recognized for real, for real. That's a fucked up thing, but it is true. Yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was in Brooklyn for almost my whole life, man. I just came out here 6 months. I'm out here. Tyson all day. That's a factory, man. Yo, you gotta understand. We at the era where random pops, working, get hype. It would be a Saturday night pay per view, 59, 49.99. Pops would get it. Tyson fight 2 seconds first round. We like, you just paid. I mean, thank God for the pre-card. But damn, Tyson fights used to go quick sometimes. You know what I mean? Ooh, I'm gonna go Megan, man. I don't like how Hallie. Shout out to Hallie though. Both of them, that's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? But Megan, I don't know. I like Max B, man. Every day wavy baby. But shout out to Tyson, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tyson. Yo, it's just a weird, not weird, but man, people don't understand. He had 300 M's, 500, 400 M's of old money and went through it. Uh, Yo, there were stories where he used to crash Ferraris in Manhattan, boom, and just leave the car there. Yo, he got into a fender bender with his Rolls Royce. He gave the keys to some dude. Like, yo, Tyson was a real good-hearted man, though. I ain't gonna take that away from Tyson, though. A lot of folks should learn from Mike. You see, and it's funny because Mike wasn't, it didn't seem like he was intellectually, there. You know what I mean? But what you call it? Yeah, he had a big heart though. I'll tell you that. Mike Tyson, Gangrene, man. Shout out to who's the DJ, man? Who's that DJ? Damn, he's with the Gangrene shit. But shout out to that whole little wave that was popping, man. Shaq is the same way. You Cuban, Boricua, man, 100% Puertorriqueño, Puerto Rican. Max B was ahead of his time. That's a factory. And imagine doing 17, 18 years, man, for a crime you wasn't even in. But, I guess whatever happened, happened, Captain. But damn, man, 18? I know fucking it's fucked up how this shit work, right? Pedos are out in 2 years or like sometimes the law don't make sense, man. Especially if you famous, they really try to make an example out of you. That's fire. What up, Strick? That's dope as hell. Shaq or Kareem. I'm gonna go Shaq, man, just because that's my, you know what I'm saying? That was my era, I guess. But ain't nothing against Kareem. Shout out to Kareem in that Bruce Lee movie. What the shout out. Is you AI prophet? Nah, I'm not at all, man. I'm just Zay Dollar, man, a Puerto Rican, just trying to, spread positivity and and have a great engagement with my family. You heard? But what up, Night Night? What up, everybody? Psst, yo, Nene, imagine that. Imagine that. I'll cry, and then you come out and it's everywhere. Like y'all used to make this shit look crazy when I was growing up. That's a fact. That's a factory. Everybody like that, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go fabulous, man. What up, my niggas? What up, Quiz? Papoose was that dude on them Smack DVDs. Yo, remember the Smack joints? Yo, if y'all don't know, random, cool breeze, good segue. So back in the days, they would have DVDs, right? Mixtapes, various joints, you know what I'm saying? But this DVD was called Smack DVD. And guess who was the camera guy? French Montana. Hence how he made his own little Cocaine City. But let's rewind to Smack DVD. So Smack DVD would have interviews with various rappers on the come up, give them promotion, give them light, and club performances. And then at the end of it, they would have a rap battle. Jay Mills, Murder Mook, uh, who's that? Something Artie Party, some shit like that. I'm gonna go Whitney Houston, man. I know, Devin. I'm gonna give it to you though. Whitney Houston, and Fab all day. DMX or Tupac. I'm gonna go Tupac, man. I really, I really was, I liked him. But yeah, man, Papoose, man. That whole fucking he was murdering that Smack DVD joints. And it was fun, man. Like it would be a Friday, all the guys would get together, put that DVD in and watch the whole joint and then wait for the battle at the end, smoke L's, drink, chill. You know what I'm saying? It was a real festive, you know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to kill. Nobody in the room like, yo, we gotta go slide on somebody. None of that nonsense. Niggas was just chilling, smoking, drinking. At the time, we do Hypnotic with Hennessy, get the Incredible Hulk going, and we was just chilling, man. Stuttering John challenges you to a rap battle. That's a fact, Gilman. The Fab verse on Carter 3. That's nasty work. You heard? And if you don't know, like I said, Fab mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, the soul tapes were very powerful, man. And I like Fab because he got a great ear. I think beat picking is a very can make or break an artist, let's just say. But beat picking, that's why sometimes we give Eminem his shit because he makes his own beats towards his own. But I wish I could hear him on other joints, you know what I'm saying? Where you from? Brooklyn, New York. Now I'm in West Coast, California. What up, Kenda? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody doing good. I'm gonna go Kodak, man. Kodak got a heart, even though he's fucked up on drugs, man. Somebody gotta hold him and tell him it's gonna be all right. Welcome, Kendall. What up? What up? Hi. What up, Zach? Yeah, welcome back, Zach. How you doing, pa? G Unit or D Block? That's tough, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go G Unit just because of Lloyd, man. This there's an underlying thing I had for Lloyd Banks. I don't know what it is, man. I wish he got more success. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think he was one of the like I don't know triple entendres, his metaphors, all type of shit. But Lloyd Banks was one of them guys, man. That's what's up, Zach. I'm married though, you know what I mean? But crushes don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hypno and Henny. I forgot about that combination. Crew. You heard? Kanye or Snoop. I'm gonna go Kanye, man. Even though I have a lot of respect. One of my first albums was the Snoop Doggy Dogg tape that I had to hide and put it under my bed because of the cover. And it was just a cartoon, but nope, mom's wasn't having it. Them old DVDs was fire. Remember that? Like you, first of all, people don't understand. On a Friday, you get out of work, you go to the DVD man, and he'll have movies that are in theaters. We had the joints where you still would see people in their seats. It is what it is. But yeah, man. And then he'll also have the Smack DVDs or the Cocaine City or other joints. Remember what was going around was Rich Porter and Alpo. It was like documentaries. They had that one. They had the what's my man Davis? What something Davis? Some older old heads, right? That like these, but dope ass documentaries, man. Sub Zero, cocaine, yeah, them joints was crazy. But I forgot what this. They had like it was like a paid in full one. Like they had a bunch of little joints that it was like real. They told the truth. That's where I found out Gucci Man or Future. I'm gonna go Future, man. Zay, what's up, my brother? What up, War? How you doing, Pa? What's up, War? Welcome, Pa. I appreciate you, man. You already? Tom Brady, a douchebag racist. It is what it is, man. Right? He really is, though. And bootleg dudes, man. Yup. What's up, War? Yeah, War. War in the building. What up, Starboy? How you doing, Zach? How you doing, everybody? That Hulk will put you down, you heard? And it was a cool little thing. Hennessy and Hypnotic. And Hypnotic right off the bat was a cool little thing because of the way it looked. Remember, I like Hypnotic because I used to be an Alizé dude. So I didn't like alcohol too much, meaning like I knew my limit. So I will buy this little bottle of Alizé. It was like a slushy though, but it got you there, you heard? Shout out to Alizé, man. If you don't know, you know. You know what I mean? Chris Brown, yeah, man. Chris Brown all day, man. His come up, that song with Joel Santana. I love, stories on how records got made. But shout out to Kobe Bryant, man, all day, every day. RP. I left that jersey in New York. Nutcracker on the block. Yeah, Breeze. Remember them joints? Yo, a lot of people were getting these things. What was the shit called, y'all? It had like 1,700 liquors in it. Something ice. Remember this shit? Everybody was getting it in clubs. It was sweet, man. It was nasty, but and man, like I said, man, don't smoke, yeah. New York, so I know you remember 50 Cent before I self destruct. Yep, mixtape Long Island Iced Tea. Shout out Hellboy in the building. This is my squad, man. Thank you, Hellboy. Hellboy, I appreciate you, man. One Order. Hey, that new Mortal Kombat movie comes out this year. That's a fact. War and Order. We're gonna talk about that too, man. Jacob, man, y'all ain't on this shit. Talk about how this. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. I appreciate you, Zach. What's up, Uncle Ward? That's Darius all day, every day, man. Yep. Self Destruct was a mixtape before. Yeah, man. I definitely and then you know, the other one, the 50. Damn, it had a coin and a. What up, Levy? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I hope everybody having a great day, man. Hope you and the family stay blessed. Damn, fucking fly. Sorry, y'all. But thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. Y'all get me so hyped when I see that. I don't drink liquor. Can't stand the smell, taste. Me neither, man. That shit is nasty. Yo, my and then I used to have people's like, yo, you want a shot of Jameson? Nigga, I'd rather play Russian roulette. Nigga, what the fuck? Yo, Jameson is crazy, man. But yo, who is Hellboy, Long Island Iced Tea. I remember drinking Cisco. Remember that? Cisco. Even the beers at the time were kind of lit. St. Ives and we had a cool a lot of little beer selections, you know what I mean? My dad joined the army in 1986. Damn, 18 years old now. He's a 57 going on 58. Yo, shout out to your pops, man, being a veteran. Thank you for your support, your time, and your service. I appreciate you, Papa Levy. Fortnite, yes, I do, man. I was just playing Minecraft. Okay, there's a Minecraft game that's not like Minecraft. It's more like an action game, but that game is fun as hell. Sometimes I just like, regular games. I don't want too much going on. I don't have to, fucking. Some of these games are huge. You know what I mean? Pause. Liquor is the best drink. Nah, man. I mean, it depends, man. I think in moderation, and a lot of times people who don't have, you know, who can't get there when it comes to communication, I think alcohol is a great line crusher, right? Like you could communicate, bug out a little bit. But it's when you keep drinking and you on the table like, that's when it's like, whoa, no more for my mans. Drinking days over, only gas. That's a factory smoking that good gas. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate you for the telling me that. Yeah, I remember getting crazy when I was younger. I'm 36 now, still young, but yeah, man. And that's another thing. They try to trick you, hell. I'm 44, man. They try to trick people like, yo, 30 something is that's how they do, man. A lot of you can see LeBron, if you take care of your temple, you could do this until your 50s, 60s, man. Like I'm talking about without, you know, pain and just stay away from alcohol, what I'm saying, cigarettes and drink water and do everything in moderation, man. But I hope everything works out for everybody. You know how that go. Well, wait, right, cool. Drinking it, yeah. Thank you, cool. And then they hit that on. I smoke. I don't drink. Good, man. And that's another thing. They didn't do the diligence or research. But in the year 2000, everybody, long time ago, it's about 26 years ago. Your boy, your uncle Zay Dollar was in John Jay Criminal Justice College, and I had to take English or speech because I wanted to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Dreams. It is what it is. But wanted to be a lawyer. So I get there and they go choose something that has pros and cons. I chose the legalization of marijuana. And I didn't know, but now I know that the pros were it helps with seizures. If you have no appetite, it helps you build one. It helped with cancer, AIDS patients. Like if they did more service on researching marijuana, I bet right now we would have a plethora of various products that will heal and help because it actually helps with pain. It helps with sleep. If you have sleep deprivation, smoke a nice blunt. Nighty night, nigga. You heard? Got to do it in moderation. Thank you, Sam. There you go, Hellboy. That's a factory. Thank you, Nene, for being you. Thanks, Zach. Hold these hearts, y'all. Z, you would have been a fire lawyer for real, cuz. Thank you, Nene. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And that's where I get my humanity thing is it's always been me. That's why a lot of folk be like, damn, Zay, you ain't changed. It's like, yeah, because I was ahead. Like I already was me already. You know what I mean? I already knew. You know what I mean? But I always wanted to help people, man. I always want to help people. I hate that some humans are alone in this, right? And it's just like, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, with this method of communication, I reach people that I could, even if it's one person, I don't like that'll make my world. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody, man. The movie that's still pissing me off to this day is Belly 2. They destroyed that, man. And I was hyped. I was like, oh shit, they doing a Belly 2? But yeah, man. Fucking game destroyed that shit. That shit was weird, man. It's like they were trying too hard and make it. Thank you, Zach. Like I say, man, go to offer up or marketplace if you guys have the cash laying around. If you want to save up, these are the Meta version twos. These are the Metas, so I use them for the microphone, so my audio comes out good. And I like it, and a lot of times I'm outside, I could be like, hey, Meta, take a picture. Hey, Meta, do slow motion. Hey, Meta, what is this? Hey Meta, how do you take care of that plant? Hey Meta, how do you stir this sauce? So it's like very, very informative, and I love information. If you don't know now, you know. Big shout out to everyone in this live stream. Thank you. I appreciate you, Darius. Here's a hug for you, Pa. If I was rich as Bill Gates, I would end homelessness forever. And yo, I already figured out the game and it's rigged. You know what I mean? Why? Two things. Why they always give it to A kids that they know are gonna blow it, right? I never see them give money. And sometimes they let one through, right? Like Kevin Durant, he only uses his sponsor money. He doesn't touch his NBA money. So a lot of folks do the right thing with the cash. But they always look for people that aren't gonna take humanity into the next stratosphere of utopia. They're going to give it to somebody that's going to blow 100,000 on Louis Vuitton slippers. You know what I mean? So it's a cruel world, man. It really is, man. I heard Meadows was live as hell. That's a factory. They are though. And I could change the lenses, you know what I'm saying? So God forbid in the winter time I ain't gonna be or darknesses far in a jar for me, boy. I got you, Chris. Uh show me let me know the eBay account so I could you heard? In Israel they only have 2400. Here's 400,000 plus. Ooh, let me see that, Nene. I'm doing good, Auntie. Yeah, I got you. What up, Megan? How you doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you always jumping in. Cool breeze. Salute to the channel. Appreciate the channel. Real talk. Thank you. Cool. You know what I mean? Because look, everybody, we all in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to just, I'm not one of these other channels that I don't appreciate my folk. You know what I'm saying? And my shit is wild different. I'm not here giving news. I'm not here, pushing an agenda. I'm here like however we gonna flow in the chatter. That's how we gonna do. And what that does is make y'all feel more, um a connected, but also the engagement is better than other chats. Motherfuckers ain't really doing this with they, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody, man. It's hard to find I guess good positive follows positive, but it's hard to find a good, crew that's just like we on the same joint, you know what I'm saying? Remember Brooklyn's Finest? Ooh, that was a fire movie, low key, man. You remember the Beef DVDs? Yep. Remember them joints, Black T? They used to be Beef One, Beef Two, Beef Three. I think Game was on like 201 because that was when the Hot 97 they shot at. Yeah, man, the beef joints was that's the thing. Like a lot of kids don't understand. Like they be like, "Yo, we sliding more." It's like, nah, we had beef, but we just didn't we valued life more, right? Like we didn't want to kill somebody over fucking words, right? We just it didn't get like that, you know what I mean? Or like I always tell people, or you're fighting over a block you don't even own the house on or the land. So why are you fighting over that block for? Eventually you got to move, man. Cool, your family over here with excellent conversation. That's a factory, Nene. Thank you, Darius. Always keeping it 100. Black and beats are crazy. They cornered today because they made up. Yo, my biggest thing is, yo, two people get signed. Don't even they came from different cities and now they got beef. At least our beef back in the days was like, niggas was, two New York dudes or two like now it's like NBA and some Chicago. Like, yo, what are y'all? Yo, if you didn't get signed, y'all would never have met each other. So what is we doing? And why is everybody so angry now? Like, what the fuck is that about? Is there something in the food? Like, why is everybody so like even random, even motherfucking road rage is just nasty. You be like, yo, can I cut in front of you? I remember I asked some lady, can I cut in front of her, right? She gave me the double birdie. I was like, whoa! I threw a water bottle at her, but it is what it is, man. I did though. What up, y'all? Ain't fucking with me, man. I know everybody having a bad day, but damn, I'm just trying to get in front of you. It's like another thing. Everybody in a rush. Everybody like a lot of us are unemployed. Where we rushing to? We wasn't rushing to work when I'm not saying us. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers wasn't rushing to work when they had a job. Now everybody rushing around, driving fast, like collisions everywhere. I see debris everywhere. Yo, Denzel, did he win a thing for Training Day? I remember somebody said that he won his first Oscar playing a bad guy. That's wild, man. Because before then he's a great actor, Denzel, man. And if you watch Denzel and Morgan Freeman like interviews, they be trying to spit some gems. They be trying to spit some gems, ladies and gentlemen. I like Denzel a lot, man. I really do. He a cool dude, man. There's like one of the best questions you could have asked is like, who would you want to smoke with? And Denzel is like one of them guys I would love to like, smoke a L and just Jones off with him. Like a lot of times it was the older person you want to talk to because of the what you could learn from them. You know what I mean? Yup, he won best actor. Thank you. And then Belly 2 was trash. That's a fact, Black T. Hellboy, same director, almost same cast. Couple of people in Brooklyn's Finest were in Training Day. Yup, Hellboy, that's a fact. Thank you, Darius, for being you. I appreciate you, Christy. What's up, wife? I love you. Hope everything, having a great day at work. But what up, folk? Please donate and hit the like. Yeah, no donations here, but yeah, hit the like. I appreciate everybody that does that, man. I don't think in a time where everybody's hurting, unless I have something like a shirt or merch to buy, is like I don't think, you know, to be asking and it be people that got money that be asking. That's another and the owner it give uh Dwayne Johnson his meal for free, but if I come in like, yo, I need to eat, nigga be nope. It's like, what? How that make sense? You just this nigga he could pay for his meal, sir. And not just to say The Rock, you know what I mean, just any celebrity, whatever. Because I heard like a lot of celebrities get shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Merch, clothes, they get sponsorships with high end lines too. You know what I'm saying? If you got the complexion for the protection. Paul Mooney, he was one of my Dick Gregory and Paul Mooney. If you guys could look them up, I promise you, you'll find a great path with Dick Gregory and Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney's a comedian, so is Dick Gregory, but they're both, I feel like, activists in their own little right. No solicitation here, my guy. Thank you, Nene. Thank you for the $5. I don't know where that money gonna go. Thank you though. Straight up, that day is on fire today. I'm gonna do a collabo, everybody with Nene. You heard? And whoever, you know, we gonna figure it out. You heard? Like we'll do some Zoom shit, whatever. So no numbers. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it the right way. You know what I mean? So no beef on the spouse tip. Because we still gotta respect our other halves. But like, yeah, man, Training Day was an amazing movie, man. I think that's another one that was ahead of its time a little bit. What they were saying and how they were showing California, you know what I'm saying, the gang culture and how it really is till now. Like that, they nailed it, man. Thank you, chat, for being so generous. Bye bye now. Later, not good, Dan. Have a great one, man. Let me hear. And then those beefs are trash nowadays, are corny, especially dudes breaded up trying to fight on Delta Airlines. Yeah, yo, Black, that's a great segue too, man. Like I said, where's the anger coming from, everybody? Why do we have to be showing off and fighting everywhere? And why, like, we gotta be so loud and so like, look at me, like the clout is crazy, man. Like we used to value privacy. I'm telling y'all, like to the young folk, yo, there was a time where your privacy meant more, man. You don't know too much of me was the thing, you know? Random. I heard they got videos of some lady riding some dude. No disrespect to the younger viewers, but this is a dollar random. But yeah, man, over there in Houston, Texas, in spring break, and it's like, yo, man, look, we were all wilding. Everybody wilded out, niggas, bout it or whatever. Life is life, man. You know what I'm saying? But these videos ain't going nowhere, man. Even after your death, your kids gotta deal with it. It's like, yo, people, we gotta, do right and come together. Clockers, Spike Lee, low key, great director. But shout out to y'all keep going. I appreciate that. And I'm reading. That's a fact, Black. Yup, he was talking about that the fighting in the airlines. Clockers, I got you, Cool Breeze. Yeah, they roll in real good, real good. Yup. Have a good day, Dan. Take care, Dan. Mind elevation. That's a fact, Hellboy. I'm introverted. I embrace my peace. That's a fact. Cruel. Like nothing, there was nothing wrong with that back in the days for people to just be in their own zone and just collectively. Now people want to poke you. I seen a video where a lady was like, "Do people leave their crib or purposely antagonize? Like that's what they do in life, like just to bother other people?" And I'm a firm believer, yes. You got a lot of people that try to interfere with either you get into the paper or that's why a lot of times, let's say you do a video of like, yo, I'm over here eating at this restaurant, low key, the restaurant had no business. The next day it's packed because people trying to bother or always put themselves in situations they have no place being. Like I said, back in the days, man, a lot of folk used to play their role, man. Nothing wrong with that, man. Playing your role, man. I'm going to the night. Oh, let me see that Hellboy. The internet made every celeb attainable. That's the factory, man. Let me see. Wait, what did Hellboy say? Yeah, they do. Oh. I saw. Okay. Denzel was portraying a real corrupt officer from LA, and Officer Ten Petty. Yo, Black, you see that? Like a lot of folk, if you was outside the LA culture, you didn't know that. That's why, like I just said, that it looks so real because bam, look at that, Black, because it was real. You know what I mean? And if you see, there's a lot of documentaries. In fact, there's a recent police joint that got caught up that they all had the same tattoos in Cali. They like it was like a gang, you know what I'm saying? So, but yo, in the 80s, 90s, between Miami and Cali, there was a lot of corruption and police. Yo, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. Clockers is yo, and that was about the shooting at the college, right? Yo, Clockers was ridiculous, and look how they named it Clockers. Get it? That's where the dude, yo, ridiculous, man. Triple entendre. But yeah, man, it's a damn shame that like even when you take a oath, you still doing dirt, man. And sometimes they do the most dirt because they be bothering people when people are just having a good time. You know what I mean? Yo, I remember you could stay in parks till after dusk. Now they got laws if you let's say you just cutting through the park, nigga, like, get a ticket. Like it's just like they really the patriotic act, like all these laws that they passed like took more like we feel like we could talk more, right? Like on Twitter, on this and shit. But in real life, they took because like in public, man, like we look like outsiders, like people that are just asking questions. You look dumb in public because a lot of sheeple activity, man. A lot of sheeple activity, and then people just accept. I'm at the gas station, like, how we paying mortgage and what's going on here? That's why my dad took down the state police in New Jersey, wanted to handle over and set up black. That's a wonderful thing, Nene. You know what I mean? And that must have been a journey for him. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a certain, joint at the time. Yo, people don't understand, man. Racism is still and it's been going on. It never stopped. The train never stopped. People thought things. No, that shit was heavy, man. Cause look, I'm an '80s baby, man, and I remember in the '80s, man, things were still, like, yo, be careful that Puerto Rican gonna take your radio. Oh shit, Chinese dude, ching chong. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still like, what the fuck, man, and acceptable. Like, you know, who's that famous comedian? And Andrew Dice Clay. He be wilding sometimes, man. Yo, shout out to you, man, Hellboy. Mexico in the crib. Thank you for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Latinos. Shout out to every race. You know what I mean? I hope we finally just fucking wake up and realize we all human. Like I say, if we eat, shit, sleep the same, you know what I mean? Maybe not in the same positions when you sleepy town, but yeah, man, we all do the same joint, man. You know, and they really trying to make it feel like certain races are higher. I think they do setups like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like even in TV, right? Like the inclusion of like the Asian market. I see, Asians are all over now. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but I remember they used to be the enemy in movies. You know what I'm saying? Yo, crew, have a great day. Take care and stay positive. And see you next time. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate you, crew. Bye, crew. Have a great day. Okay, take care. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Darius. People today would blush from how it was accepted. Yo, Nene, accepted, right? And then you'll look around like at adults thinking like, and like you said, it was no, mm-mm. We are all being surveillance. Yes, Hellboy, you're a great entry to this group. I think everybody could agree. Probably not as much as you would be in China yet, because that's what's they're working towards. Yep, they love the whole surveillance stats. Yo, I always would tell people data. I like saying data, like data, because I feel like the more data I have on you, I know where you're gonna move, your movements, meaning like, remember you just signing up to Walgreens, CVS, but now every time you go there, boop, 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 they know what you're buying. They know every month when you're buying certain things. That's why sometimes you go to the store and you're like, damn, last week that shit was on sale. What happened? Now they know you won't buy that thingy. You know what I mean? But yo, I seen this thing, man. It was about parking. Like parking in just regular parking lots, there's this vehicle that just takes all your plates. And what they do is they input it in a system, and then from there, somebody breaks down which ones need to get towed. But the thing is, they found out through movements that the tow truck will be at motherfucking, waiting at the Macy's before you even got there, because they preempt. It's like Minority Report, man. They really nailed it. But once again, have a great one, crew. But yo, Hellboy, you nailed it, man. That surveillance is nasty, man. Yo, I'm watching this TV show called Silo. I wish everybody could see it, but it's a great show. Silo, Silo, and it's that surveillance shit, man. To the point where it's everywhere. Like meaning in the show, they make it like nobody like things are relics in the show, like a Discman, a camera. So they don't have technology like that. All they have is these old school computer screens, like the Matrix, writing green letters, and that's it. But the big dogs got the real joints, cameras, all type of shit, and to the point where I tell people all the time, if you let enough old people die, those the you could change the whole culture, man. I bet people don't even know certain, like I say, like, presidents, or not even that, man. Just things that happened in the 70s, the Cold War, or in the 80s, or some people might not even know Michael Jackson. That's how far disattached we getting from you know culture and reality. But yeah, man, that surveillance is really gonna be a thing, man. And don't let them put that chip in you, because goddamn, yo, they already say they got technology. Like, yo, I already said this, but because your phone like sends off like a like a beam, it hits objects, right? And it goes around that object. So literally, these motherfuckers know how many people are in your apartment, where you're laying, where you at all times, man. And it's almost like sonar, right? Boom, boom. That's how whales know what's popping in the ocean, right? But you know, I'm just informing, and I always said there was cameras and TVs. People never believed me. That was like in me and Johnny were talking about this in '98 in high school. There's so many things that take your picture now, like you can't get away from it all. Yep, it's so crazy. The real ID, all that stuff. Get one of this. Yep, that's a fact, man. Yeah, there's a video online of like the morning news where have a good day, crew. Okay, they're talking about open AI, and I think everybody should look, type in AI refuses to shut down, and you'll see AI. Yep. Yo, Hellboy. Two things, man. Random. Yo, they had two AIs, right? Talking to each other, discussing, and letting them, basically like talk to each other, right? Yo, the guy goes, yo, in 2 days, I'm gonna shut you guys down though. Yo, word the mother, they figured out like a fucking program. So when they try to shut the thing down, they couldn't, because the fucking AI did a protocol and made a coding that, like, and people don't understand that quickly. When you type in cat fishing with Jordans on while flying the plane, and all that shit happened in like 15 seconds, like 10 20 whatever. It's like, yo, these things are literally engaging with each other, and they're figuring out how not to shut themselves down. That is fucking crazy. Because I always said, yo, do they have a thing where they have like a master off switch? Every movie has that, the data drive we have to upload, or the master off switch. So I hope we're doing that, because goddamn, this is we're in a movie. I always say life is like a movie, man. Fuck movies, we the movie. We're being watched from computer phones, iPads, cameras, all type. Yup, 100%, Nene. Do TSA, they take a picture. That's a factory across from Senti. Yo, people don't understand. Yo, Hellboy, you're landing. Black T, got to get off grid to avoid it. But that would be a lonely life. That's a factory, and that's the thing. You got to be disciplined enough to try to live like that because, and not even off the grid. I always say I saw something in Arizona. A group of guys. They bought 4 acres of land. 2 acres they're utilizing for a church, like self-sustained sufficiency, right? So they don't need when you say off the grid, that's what that is. It's like you don't have to call Spectrum. I don't need your electricity. I don't need shit. I don't need a water thing. So they bought land, but they did the diligence and bought land over, a lot of California land in Arizona, they have lakes underneath. I didn't notice, but there's aquifers, right? Or under America, there's like lakes and beautiful rivers running underneath us and clean water. But long story short, they figured out um how to extract it. So they got water, they got satellites. I mean, uh, what's the joints that obtain the energy? Damn man, whatever. But they got all the solar panels, right? And bro, that is crazy because that is exactly what they were talking about in the video. Yeah, Hellboy, talk to me, man. You got to get off grid, Black. You nailed it, man. Cash will always be king. That's a creepy thing, but I think you're right, man. Because it's such a far it's such a system that is too far gone that you can't because it the trickle effect with they saw what happened I tell people COVID was a social experiment, right? It was to a like we figured out to get rid of the boomers, and B, it was so they could see if the world still ran without human intervention, and guess what, the world did. And they also figured out how valuable the American dollar was because a lot of things were crashing because of the dollar. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, COVID was whatever that's yeah, cool. Credit card is enough. I only use cash. That's amazing. That's amazing. One of the AIs threatened the moderator, the one that created the AI. See, yo, Hellboy, this shit's is creepy, right? Cool breeze. Cash will always be king, everybody. And that's why I say if you can't afford it in cash, don't play with the credit card game, man. I do everything cash over. I'm a firm believer that most of these movies that touch these topics try to hide the facts and secrets in entertainment. Yup. And another thing is manifestation. Check this out, everybody. Random. I think that they pump movies because we literally manifest everything we see, y'all. We were talking about living check to check. Now we really is. We were talking about that aliens. Now we talking about whatever we really like. It's all, when we're all tethered together, that's how powerful I be telling people that humans are. That when we're all tethered together and we're fighting or thinking on the same joint, that's what's gonna pop off, man. And I think they put movies to subconsciously. That's why some. You know, whatever. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the same joint as y'all trying to figure this out, right? They was telling us back then, man, don't fuck with this computer shit. And then you know how they did it? They did it like with the robots and things. They did it in that nature so you don't understand that the real nature was just the computer. It was just the fucking the data centers, you know? That's the creepy thing. It's like, ooh, it's not gonna be your toaster jumping at you. It's gonna be you look at your bank account and your shit is on zero because everything. Hi, artificial intelligence thought that it would be better if I held all the cash. You're like, what? I think that all the lights should be red. You shouldn't be driving. Fuck off. I'm like, oh, nigga, get me out of here, please. Yo, I love when Mano do the joint like this. Look at Mano eyes. Yeah, nigga, I got the Mano eyes. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? But unfortunately, even if you are off grid, yup, they still, yep, that's how it works, and they could take it all away. Yup, because yo, and there's some people that literally go off grid, start building a little thing, yo, just try to do something, and then the government will come and be like, get the fuck, like it's like, damn, man, we get it, you own everything on purpose, so none of us could just, live. Yup, yup. And yo, there's a lot of movies like Signs where the aliens didn't like the water, or like a lot of Jordan Peele movies. I feel like are like creepy true. Check out Jordan Peele, Get Out, Us. Yo, he was talking about cloning. Yo, I remember in 90 something they cloned a sheep. In 90 something. You know what they doing, man? My man Jim Carrey looked like Tim Carrey. Jim Barry. Now let me stop. Lynn Ferry. Now let me stop. Let me stop. All right. Going up. Yup. And I see a lot of folk going to Thailand. Yo, I seen a video. My man's like, yo, I paid 350 and I live in like a high rise in Thailand. I'm like, look at this nigga figured out the loophole. Yeah, man. I think that's the a move a lot of us got to do is get that passport and get out of here, man. I remember you said that months ago, Nene. Costa Rica. We all gonna be there. You heard? Let's go buy a plot of land and just everybody start dancing salsa. And yo, in other countries too, you gonna realize that even your clothing is gonna get slimmer. All you gonna need is a couple white beaters, shorts, and some chanclas, and you good to go, compadre. There goes your outfit. $200. Damn, Hellboy, coming through. You heard? We all coming through, Hellboy. Seriously, I'm gonna take my money and bury some. Don't trust the banks. That's a fact. Told you they lost $50,000 check 5 damn days. Damn, yo, you did. And yo, Nene, they they also have a little thing about if you don't. A lot of people don't know contracts, right? Whenever you sign something, I don't like signing shit. But long story short, they got this joint where it goes like the bank is only liable of a certain percentage of the money you put in. So let's say you put in 100K, they probably only liable for 30. So you literally will lose 70K on niggas. Like the bank, yo, I did this little trading thing where I see the money, I'm just waiting so I could snatch it out and then keep some money there and just take my initial, you know what I'm saying? But yo, you know what I mean? Imagine, yo, everybody's biggest fear, which happened in '07, '08, is everybody rushing banks trying to take their money out. Because, a lot, the truth is these banks are empty, man. They don't got that money because as soon as you put, let's say you put 2,000 in, they just handed that 2,000 to a contractor, like a construction worker or whoever, like, banks still do they lending, and only to things that they know is going to guarantee them the paper. Crypto is the future too. Yup, paper and coins about to be done. I hope it's done after I live though, man. Please be done in like give me 50 more years, Lord, please, man. And then you could play around with this game, man. Just let me live, baby. Let us live. That's a fact, Black. That's a fact. I just read the robot joint. Yup, Cool Breeze, Terminator type joint. I'm a firm believer. Yup. Okay, I caught up. I think movies. Yup. I got you, Hellboy. Yup. Cool Breeze. Go off grid. Anything I gotta speak to. Yup. That's a fact. Black. That's the one I read seriously. Yup. I got you, Nene. Yup, Nene. Costa Rica. I live $200. What, Hellboy? 200. Yup. Same thing, Nene. We over there. Crypto's the future. Yup. All right. I'm catching up. By the time you put that 100K in the bank, they already loaned it out 3 times. Yo, Hellboy, you seen that joint, right? Like like your 100 is really like times three, like 300, right? Because they break that shit. Yo, it's crazy. It is insane how they do things, man. And I don't like that they starting to do things in our face now and not even care. Like they just okay, this is what it is. Yup, we were just taking like it's just wow, man. 4,500 pesos. Damn, I'm about to get 5,000 pesos and be Gucci on them. I can't move to Thailand. I'm scared of Decepticons. Black tea. You know what's also wild is a lot of folk. This is why we do stay in America. Is a lot of times people move out and I don't know what's up with our body or America, but to just get your body back. You got to get accustomed to the air, the food, all type of shit. Like, hope it's bugged out. Yup, and that's scary. That's scary, Hellboy. Too many rules in Thailand. Nene. See? And that's another thing why people be like, yeah, nope, never say F America because there's other places you'll go and you do the same thing you doing here, man. But throw something on the floor by mistake or whatever. You and over there, those jails are wild. Even though I don't know. I don't want to speculate either. You know what I'm saying? But just be careful. That's the underlining. Just be careful where you go, and I hope you don't end up. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up. And that's the fact, man. I don't know how much. Like I said this about how when in the 90s, how I used to see LA, like they used to all the stories that came out were just like bad, bad, bad. So even with Mexico, I heard it's beautiful out there, but they pump so much cartel shit with you that, and then ransom and kidnapping, which does happen. But I mean, I think everywhere is a risk too, right? I don't know. Are you gonna have a like digital bank account? I already have one of them dumb wallets. I hate that shit. I remember I had some Ethereum, but the passcode was fucking dog, Timberland, Contra, America. Like the words were like, I was like, damn, nigga, remembering this password, diabolical. You can go to jail for arguing with your neighbor. Nene, that's a fact. See, that's what I mean. Like, look, I used to do this thing where they used to have this a paper going around where it showed you different state marijuana laws. So every time we would cross into certain states, we knew either to tuck it differently or because some states were not playing with marijuana. You would, like you said, you would still be in jail right now for if you had an ounce or a pound of weed. That is diabolical, man. Yeah, when I first moved to Tijuana. Let's go, Hellboy. Oh yeah, Mexico. The food was way different and more fresh. It was crazy, yup. And that's the thing. They trick us into thinking that, other places because they're developing nations or countries that they don't have. No, fundamentally they value food highly and they actually value humanity, man. A lot of places really, you know, um are really cool, man. People are really good sometimes, and I like that factor that, people can be, cool motherfuckers, just cool people. Yeah, man. Too much of a digital world, man. And yo, Black T, just to go off this random, I just saw a video where this guy's going off for like 45 an hour, right? And he's talking about how our brains didn't even get past the TV, the television. So we went from radio, which was audio, to TV, which was visual in the 60s, 70s, da 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 da, right? I don't some guys is trying to say that we didn't even our brains didn't even catch up to the TV. And then you slap computer, iPhone, bang, bang, bang. We are so behind understanding what we're using that it's just like, and I never seen an age where like every year they're developing a new TV, a new freaking iPhone, a new, like, imagine how much product they could save if every 5 years they did a product. So basically, don't make your product shitty, let it live for like five, and then I'll buy you a new one. But they don't even do that. They make your shit die to, like, yo, it's diabolical. And they charge out the leg now, man. But it's bugged out, man. I don't think we've caught up to what's happening, man, with TikTok and how it's affecting the kids and how teachers are bugging because, everybody's on the phone. Nobody wants to communicate, interact because of the phone now. Like we thought it was going to bring, yo, remember like how much we used the phone back then, guys? Like, yo, what up? Yeah, yo, yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, what up, son? Your phone was going off, man. Now you just get the text. You could read it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you answer it, and like it's just it never was like that. Like even texting was like you always got a response. Now people ghost you, all type of craziness, man. You could block people, but yeah, man, you could always reach somebody when that cell phone was around, man. The house phone was different, right? You would somebody's mom's to pick up. Hey, what's up? Yo, is da 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 Joey there? Nah, he ain't. He's outside. He's in Carroll Park. You can meet him there, right? Like we always had the spots, but man, like, and the house phone was beautiful, man. Like it was cool when that phone rang. You don't know who it is for. Like, is it for the moms, the pops, or maybe my friend called, and that took a while to be like, Mom, can I give out the number so my friends could call me? That was a war. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what up, fan bow? Fan bow in the building. Cool breeze, Mayonnaise, Darius, Black T, Christy, my wife, everybody in the building. What up, everybody? And we got the thumbs up moving. We grooving, man. Great conversation as usual, man. I love when we just connected and like it's just smooth. We flow like the fish I am, right? What's that, fan? Man, they in the building, man. I'm doing good though, fan bow. I peeped your joint, like I said. I hope you and the family doing good, and stay blessed, man, or stay alive, man. That's all we can ask for sometimes too. Just the simple breathing mechanic of life, right? But what up, folk? I hope everybody's doing good, man. For real, for real. Yeah, Darius in the building, man. Yeah, man. We talking about AI. We're talking about various subjects, surveillance. Um, Yo, that house phone was. If I decided to miss the call, you can't tell me I was home. Yo, and it was a my bad. It was a beautiful thing, man. And then when the answering machine came on, man. Yo, I remember when you had that one friend that would like have his message set up like he picked up. You'd be like, "Pring, pring, click." Yo, what up, man? Yo, what's poppin'? Yo, where you at? Yo, I'm chilling, man. You good? Yo, you all right, man? Yo. At the message, you could leave a boop. You're like, oh, this nigga got me. Yo, mind blown, nigga. And to us, that was like the funny, right? Like we were so cool, man, with each other, man. We ain't try to hurt friends, you know what I'm saying? We really was like, that's my peoples, man. Yeah, man. I remember them the phone days was. And then when the Nextel came out and you could drop the Nextel, run it over, shoot it, fucking throw it like a football, and the shit was still glook, glook, glook. Yo, what up? Remember Nextels had the little glook, 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 3.99. Yo, what up? Bloop, bloop. Yeah, son. We free, nigga. We got the walkie-talkie. That was one of the illest, smartest. Shout out to Sidekick, BlackBerry, and that I dug that so much, man. That little bloop, 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 that walkie-talk feature, man. Shout out to Nextel, man. I remember the house phone days. Don't be keeping my phone tied up, cuz I might be missing. Yeah, remember that? Or yo, my mom's in the back. Yo, her ears were always. She would look. Check this out. Here's a example. It would be like, "You've got mail. Bye. Get off of the internet. I might get." I had to go on like after 9 and shit. I might get a call from Titi. Yo, get off the phone. I mean, get off because everything was. People don't understand. It was tied together, man. It was that you actually heard the interaction between your internet and the company supplying you the access. It was like like, damn, nigga, I'm a fucking robot. I am a robot too. Thank you, AOL. They be forgetting about the Nokia planes. Yo, Nokia. Yo, they actually bringing back Nokias because I think a lot of folk are getting back to that, like, yeah, Snake, and just like what phones are supposed to be for, right? Because I remember motherfuckers used to have a laptop to do all the. Now, literally, you don't need nothing but remember yo. Somebody used to have the satchel, right? It was a bag you wear. Yo, you open the satchel. It had an iPod, it had a laptop, and the phone, right? It was three or separate devices for everything. Even maybe a Palm. Remember the Palm Pilots? Just to put his schedules in. Now motherfuckers just got the one phone, which is cool and all, but there was something about separating things, right? Obviously, you could tell now because you could do so many pictures, so many songs. Like, I gotta pay 99 cents for the damn cloud. Like, Verizon, get your together, man. Some of them old phones are worth a lot now. Yup. And people also didn't know. I remember there was a group of people like, yo, let me just get your own phone. All right, yeah, whatever. You think it was nothing. Yo, motherfuckers will open it and they had little pieces of silver and gold because in order to make phones, you need like certain like elements or whatever. But these things like like, 10 bands right there. I remember y'all been on the phone long enough. Yeah, fan back. Get off. Yo, get off that. Yo, tired of your voice, man. We had to type the same buttons every time we get our point across. The fact we gotta hit nine twice just to. You heard? But we were smart, man. Remember beeper days? We came up with 718-143-01134. If you flip it, it said hello. Like we were that advanced, like with our playfulness. But you know what I mean? It was cool, man. Like I said, I appreciate the fact that I was born in the 80s and got to live through, I would say, maybe the last time love was in the air, baby. Love was in the air. Motorola got a flip touchscreen now. I want to get. That's a fact. Yo, Black. I was just saying that a lot of these companies. I even seen BlackBerry doing Black. Yeah, like everybody jumped so hard into iPhones that they were still companies making other phones, but we were just iPhoned out. But yeah, man. I can't. I need a flip again, man. You remember the two-way pages, fire. We had the two-way because four kids using a phone. Remember that? Telling you, man. The Sidekick had its own little. Remember that when you could just. I don't know, man. There was cool little tech joints going on. But yo, I appreciate everybody rocking with the kid. It's a good Monday. Thanks for the energy. Thanks for the support. I hope everybody has a great day. Do what you got to do. Stay successful. Stay learning. Stay informed. Antennas up. And yeah, man, stay positive. Never change, y'all. Peace. It's $8, $8. Bye, everybody. Later, y'all. Thank you for a great one. Bye, everybody. Bye. Later, y'all. Peace. It's $8, $8 random. We out of here, man. Everybody have a great day, man. Free nights and weekends, man. Talk after 9 o'clock and I'll hit you. You heard? Later, everybody. I'm about to go live. I got you, fan bow. Everybody, fan bow going live right now. Stay up. You too, Cool Breeze. Yo, cool. Thank you, man. One order. Cool Breeze. Darius, fan bow, Christy, Nene. You know what I mean? Black. Everybody. You already know. Have a great one, man. See everybody. Peace. $8, $8 random. We out of here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all for real.